What you're about to see is a video snippet from inside the boiler room. Every single morning before the open of the US stock markets, I analyze dozens of stocks and then decide on the trades that we're going to look at for that day with dozens of traders. We all get together, execute trades, chat some, and make some money together on a Zoom conference call. Go to thepatterntrader.com/club to find out more. I bought gold yesterday, I bought silver calls. And we had an election yesterday. We've got an inflation report tomorrow. Again, I don't pay attention to those. Those are just catalysts to send the market where they should go. Gold's in this interesting thing. I mean, I've been bearish, but there's just a huge area of support here, and it's somewhat breaking out. Let me see if this thing will give me access. Okay, cool. So, we looked at gold yesterday, we're kind of just peeking out above this little trend line. Sometimes you get these fake breakouts, but, we do have quite a bit of solid support here. So I would not be fighting that. And I took a poke at it. I'm long gold, long silver, quite a bit of it. And, it's the kind of thing, certainly with silver, what doesn't go down has the capacity to go higher. We did a whole presentation on this yesterday. And early in the morning when silver opened lower, I said, this has got a good chance to go higher. And, the day before I bought some in the money calls, which is a very conservative way to play. But, nonetheless, they were up 50% by the end of the day. And we'll see how they go today. So you can see that we've been hovering above and beyond this neckline. And, I always say, I like to see what a market does as well as what it doesn't do. So my expectation when I see a chart with this kind of distribution, these kind of bear patterns, is that it should set in motion, something like that. But now when the market doesn't do what it's supposed to do, it's very capable to do the other thing. And sometimes I just get in the market because it's not doing one thing, then it's a pretty aggressive thing. But you can see we're just hanging around this little area here that has been kind of the demarcation for this for quite some time, above and below. So I don't know. I just feel like we've got some accumulation down here, and I took some pretty aggressive pokes at the metals yesterday. Look, I still think we go down huge, but that may start in the first part of 2023. I think the next 6 weeks, seasonally, elections, and then the back half, the market, wants to kind of go up. I just don't know how much more mileage it's really got. This is the Dow Jones, and I'm kind of looking at this area. So I always see how, the bars kind of conjoin. Whenever you have a reversal and then you just leave, to me, I like to see the markets kind of the bars, some kind of price action up in here, and then it goes. I always found it pretty strange the way this just kind of left here. And so I'm kind of expecting the markets to kind of revisit that area. But I will be loading up on put options. So if we sneak above here, if we get to 33.5 to 34,000, which is only, I will start loading up on put options for next year. I've been looking at the January 20, 300 put options in the Dow, 30,000. They're still around $3. I would love to see this thing and see a one handle there, and I will just load the boat because I don't think we're done. I think we still have something like that. So we'll see. Dow has really been an amazing performer. S&P, I'm kind of hoping that it can find its way to 44,000, 4,100, just, kicking and screaming. And I will look at that threshold similarly. So I'm kind of hoping, so right now we're in the middle of this broad megaphone top. We're, just right down the middle. And, I kind of hope that we find our way to somewhere in the vicinity of this 4,000. And then similarly, I will look for I still think we go sub 3,000 at some point into next year. So, right now it's just a real muddled area. It could give up the ghost here, or it could, it's just not really a great formation here for this thing to keep going higher. So I'm just kind of feeling that, it could die any day now and then just start dying. And I mean, I want to get in at a really great area. And I'm just hoping that somehow Humpty Dumpty can put its way to get, together again. So, but meantime, we're kind of dying in the pre-market. And I'm not sure we're going to get the lift that, I was hoping for. So I don't know what to do in here. There is resistance here, but then there's all kinds of support here. And this is where it really gets nasty and ugly, where, it's unpredictable. You're kind of at resistance, you're there at support, and it can just kind of get nasty for the next couple of weeks. I'm not sure how much of a retest you're going to get, because I think, to me, you've kind of had the retest of this important long-term downtrend line. I mean, right on the nose. I mean, on the dime. So you've kind of had this, breakout, you had the retest, now you're failing. Now, once you're under the low, it kind of confirms that this is kind of game on. So I would love to see a rally in this thing. Not sure you're going to get it. I think Mr. Musk has got his, in the proverbial ringer. And, then there's an outlier in the cryptos now. That crypto space has just become a Ponzi scheme. And, the question is, does it metastasize to other asset classes? Is it reflection of credit risks? And I think that's the next shoe to drop. So inflation has pretty been priced in, earnings, whatever, but now I think there's, systemic risk on the table. And I think the cryptos, are kind of the first heads up that we could see some carnage in the credit markets. So I think there's ugly, ugly things yet in store for the markets. And, you were just sitting on a tightrope right at this area here. And, I'd love to just see it bounce, but I just suspect the bounces are going to be pretty tepid. Hey, if you would like to trade alongside me every day and join our most prestigious program, then head over to thepatterntrader.com/club for more information.